After a frenetic qualifying session in which the drivers only had 5 minutes to set a lap time, a mixed-up looking grid awaited for round 10 of DTM 2023, but with some familiar faces on the front row of the grid. Mirko Bortolotti on pole and Riccardo Fella on the front row with him, the only two drivers to score double pole positions this year, and it was the Italian who led into turn 1 in his Lamborghini. Riccardo Fella having to work really hard to keep at bay Clement Schmidt in the Grasser Racing Team Lamborghini for second place. And there behind them, there was a tough battle going on for 5th place between Thomas Preining, the championship leader, and Luca Stolz. All the way through the field, though, there were some great battles on board with René Rast in his 100th DTM start as he went wheel to wheel with Thierry Vermeulen in the Emil Frey Racing Ferrari. They all bottlenecked up on the way into turn 1. Arjun Maini getting involved in the action as well. Rast having made a good start to the race where he picked up 4 places off the run into turn 1. A view back from the BMW showing the battles that were going on. Marco Wittmann was also battling away with Maro Engel. Marco Wittmann and Sheldon van der Linde trying to come from the 11th row of the grid, and this move sent Maro Engel bouncing through the gravel trap. He would ultimately retire from the race, his first retirement of the 2023 season. But this was the big moment of the race, a collision in the battle for 3rd place as Franck Pereira went into the back of Clement Schmidt. Both of them out of the race, and Clement Schmidt losing any hopes of getting his first ever podium in the DTM. The Austrian driver was fuming. Franck Pereira had his own very different view of the incident, but the upshot, both of them out, and Thomas Preining through from 5th to 3rd in the blink of an eye. He'd been right behind the pair of them, the championship leader trying to hang on to his points lead, but knowing that it might slip today with Bortolotti leading the race. So, having made his early pit stop, Luca Stolz on warm tyres then came around the outside of Thomas Preining here in a battle for what would ultimately be the final spot on the podium. Luca Stolz and the HRT squad timing things to perfection with their pit stop and jumping ahead of the Porsche of Preining. At the head of the field, though, what a battle we had for the final half an hour of the race. Nose to tail on every single corner, every single lap. Mirko Bortolotti pushed to the extremes by Riccardo Fella, and both of them looking to become the first drivers this season to score more than 1 race victory. Bortolotti had his work cut out, especially given the temperatures outside the car were 30 degrees, inside the cockpit around about 60 degrees. But the Italian driver dug deep. He didn't make a single mistake. He didn't succumb to the pressure, and he made his way out of the final turn with Fella right down his neck. But the flag awaited, and Bortolotti would pick up his 2nd win of the season, taking victory from Riccardo Fella with Luca Stolz 3rd in a fantastic race.
Bruder Mirko, congrats to your 2nd DTM victory. What a brilliant drive, mate.
An incredible battle all the way through the race for victory. 25 invaluable points for Mirko Bortolotti. He'll never have to work harder for a race victory, but it's a race win that puts him on top of the championship standings. Bortolotti and the SSR Performance Squad now have a 7-point lead over Thomas Preining, with Riccardo Fella up to 3rd place in the standings as we look forward to the Sachsenring in 3 weeks' time.